Good morning, good morning, good morning. For this is the day that the Lord has made. I am rejoicing and I am so glad in it. I pray that you had a wonderful weekend. I pray that you are excited about the word of the Lord on this morning. As you know, I am always excited to share the word of the Lord and what He has given me for the people of God. Listen, if you have not already, I need you to go ahead and tag. I need you to go ahead and share this word of the Lord this morning. It is a life-changing word. Y'all see, I'm already rocking. So let me calm it down. It is a life-changing word. It is a word that will set the captives free. As you can see scrolling on the bottom of the screen, we are preparing. We are in high expectation for a mighty move of God during our crossover service. Many of you call it watch night, but we call it crossover service. Listen, if you were there with us last year, my God, the Lord wrecked the place. Listen, the people of God came ready. We did the countdown. We opened up. We did all the psalmists are consecrating just as I am for this service. So we opened up with the psalmists and the dancers and the band and all these things. I gave the prophetic word of the Lord for 20. During that time, I gave the prophetic of the word of the Lord for 2024. And by this time, it was time for us to count down the new year. So we all gathered around the altar. We count down the new year. And I'm thinking, well, okay, well, people will leave, after we count down because it's after midnight. So I said, well, those that want to stay for prayer can stay for prayer. And I want to pray for each person individually to prepare them for the upcoming year. Listen. The people of God did not move. They stood there and they waited. We had an awesome move of God during that service. My God, it will be at the Embassy Suites in Concord because we have to have a bigger location than the Oasis. Get there early. Get there early. Get you a good seat. Don't be scared to sit up front. Listen, because we're going to everybody going to end up front anyway. If you're excited about 2025, I need you to go ahead and drop that in the chat. As I was in my prayer time this morning, the Lord began to download a word in my spirit. He began to download a word in my spirit, and He shared with me. He said, daughter, He said, the work that I have begun in them, He said, tell them that I am sure to perform it. I am sure to perform it. If you are in expectation of God doing exactly what He said, I need you to drop that in the chat. God is going to do, listen, God is going to do what He said. I don't care what it looked like. I don't care that we are right here about halfway to the new year. God is going to do what He said. He said, tell them the work that I've begun in them, I am sure, not maybe, not possibly, not I might do it. He said, no, I'm sure to perform it. Listen, God's arm is not slack that He cannot say, okay, y'all, God gonna do, Jose, God is gonna do exactly what my God, today. He's gonna do exactly what He said. Listen, I am so excited about what the Lord is doing during this time. I am excited. As many of you know, like October, November was my trying month. It tried. Listen to this, y'all. It tried to take me out. Some things happened recently that tried to take me out. It tried. Watch this, say, bro. It tried to shake my faith. My faith wasn't shaken. Might have been in my emotions. Might have got a little upset about some things. But my faith wasn't shaken. I don't know who this is for. But my faith, Ashley, it wasn't shaken. Oh, God, today. Listen. Good morning over there on YouTube. I see y'all. Listen, my faith wasn't shaken. Why? Because I had built it on a firm foundation. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. Listen, I built my foundation on, here we go. Everything is going to go back to this right here. I built my foundation, oh God, on Him. So when hell came to me, when trouble came, when death came, when sickness came, when all these things came, when people walked away, my foundation. Okay, y'all, I listen. I'm just on one right now because I keep in my spirit. I keep hearing this. I keep hearing this, Sheila Talbert. I keep hearing this. You made it. You passed the test. Oh, see, some of y'all, Can I help y'all this morning real quick? And I'm gonna get to this Red Sea because everybody been talking, oh, Jesus. Listen. Okay, let me calm down. Okay, listen. All in my spirit has been ringing for about maybe like 3 or 4 weeks now. You made it. You passed the test. See, some of y'all too hard on yourself. You thinking because I got a little upset, because I got a little weary, because I got a little tired, because I got... No. You made it. You're still here. Okay, y'all. See, sometimes you gotta encourage yourself. Listen, the Bible says when God was forming earth, he said, when I couldn't find nobody to swear by, I swore by myself. So sometimes I got to encourage myself. Sometimes it ain't no team there. Sometimes it ain't no family there. Sometimes it ain't no prophet there. Sometimes it ain't no pastor there. So you may have to encourage yourself. I would tell my girl, you know what? I'd be like, girl, you made it. You made it. You know what? You ain't throwing the towel. You got mad. You got in your feelings, but you ain't throwing the towel. You made it. Listen, encourage. Hey, Britt, listen, encourage yourself. See, y'all be playing with it. You got to encourage yourself. Ross, I don't care how bad it got, you're still standing. Tamika, I don't care how much them kids got on your nerves, you still showing up at that school for them every day. See, y'all got to, you are... Okay, let me slow it down, Dr. Three, slow it down. Listen, you got to understand. Watch this, Kiara. We all know the story of Job, right? Satan, they were having a meeting in the courtrooms of heaven. Satan shows up. God himself, listen to this. This is going to bless you, Tracy. Watch this. God himself put Job on the chopping block. He said, wait, you done tried everybody else. Have you tried my boy Job? Oh, God. See, y'all got to understand, you are God's greatest investment. He has invested in you. Can y'all help me this morning? Can you drop this in the chat? He has invested in me. I'm his investment. He said, Dr. Gray, oh, that's my girl. That's my girl. You can let people walk out on her. You can let people lie on her. You can let people say, don't follow her. You can let sickness hit. You can let death come. You can let divorce come. But that's my girl. She gonna keep standing. I've invested. Oh, God, help me today. I've invested in her. See, next to y'all pulling on the prophetic. I'm trying, Deacon Allison. I'm trying. See, so for 2025, I'm going to give y'all a little sneak peek of what God gave me for 2025. He said 2025. Okay, here we go. Watch, 2025. He said it's going to be the year of fire. Oh, can y'all, oh God, can y'all drop that in the chat in all caps for me? Fire. He said 2025. Oh God. See, if y'all ain't at what I'm going to tell you, better get a plane, a train, an automobile and get to the crossover service this year. He said it's going to be the year of fire. Y'all, watch this, Nicolette. And I'm trying not to give it all to you because I be trying to hold stuff, but when God give me something, I be like, ooh, Lord. So listen, it's going to be the year of fire. Watch this. What does that mean, Dr. Three? Oh, God, Dr. Watkins, I'm glad you asked me. What the year of fire? What he going to do? He going to burn us up? No. He said, this is the year. He said, okay, let me, Jesus, let me slow it down. The year of fire, Brenda Smith. Let me calm down. Okay, Viv. Okay. The year of fire. What does that mean, Dr. Three? I'm just giving you a little bit what God has given me so far. He said 2025. He said, I'm going to try everything by fire. Y'all, he said everything going to be tried by fire. That also means, watch this, Lakeisha Roberts. He said that also means I'm about to expose some stuff. Because when I try something by fire, you gonna know if it's real. You gonna know. He said everything about to be exposed. Everything is about to be exposed in 2025. You say you sold out. He said we about to see. You say you on my side. He said we about to see. You say you got all these titles. He said we about to see. I'm gonna try you by fire. When I stick you in the fire, will you still be stick? Y'all, he said, I'm about to purify everything, Ashley. He said, when I stick you in the fire, how you coming out? He said, because when I put you in the fire, he said, everything that's not like me come out. Everything that's not like me surface. And then you shall come forth as pure gold. He said, 2025, the year of fire. Okay, I'm going to see y'all already sowing. Okay, God bless all y'all. I don't have time to look. But if that's your word and you need to sow, go right ahead. But listen, who Jesus? Listen. Oh God, I love you today. I'm trying. Because see, God is getting tired of people saying he said. He said, whoa, until you telling my people, you false prophets. Here we go. I was trying to behave this morning. Okay. He says, woe unto you false prophets, telling my people to take ease in Zion, when that is not what I'm saying. Whew. He said, this is about to be the year. He said, they say they're a prophet. I'm about to show you. He said, I'm going to expose it. He said, because I'm sick and if you lukewarm, I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. He said, 2025, everybody about to see. It ain't even going to be hidden to nobody. Watch this. He said, oh, I hear you, Holy Spirit. He said, this ain't even going to be deep. He said, this thing about to be exposed so much to the carnal eye can see it. You ain't got to fast and pray for it to be revealed to you. You ain't got to do nothing. He said, I'm going to reveal it so everybody can see. He said, because I'm tired of you playing with me. Listen, okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you tuned in this morning to the prophetic impartation and teaching of the word of the Lord. If you have not tagged, I need you to tag and share this on your page. Renee Bryce confirmation. I know he already told me. He said, because some things were happening in my life. And I kept saying, now wait a minute. I was getting like, and then God had to remind me. Watch this, Jackie. God had to remind me what he said during the crossover service in 2024. He said, I told you. He said, when everybody was saying the year of prosperity and we about to come up and we about to come through, he said, I told you, watch this, to tell my people that 2024 would be the year of confusion and deception. And see, if you know me, you know I ain't never scared. Everybody else can be saying, this is about to be the year of breakthrough, and God give me something totally different. Be like, no. He told me in 2024, he says, tell my people that this will be the year of confusion and deception. And so he had to remind me when some stuff started happening. He said, I told you. He said, I told you that was coming in 2024. He said, my word gonna come to pass. And did, Tracy Jones, and did. And did. The Lord revealed it all. And he told me, he said, now 2025, he said, I ain't done. He said, this is about to be the year, watch this, of fire. He said, I'm going to try it all by fire. He said, those that, and so you got to understand, if you on the Lord's side, you excited about that. But about to be tried by, oh boy, I'm about to come out as pure gold. Meaning, here we go. Meaning, some stuff going to happen in 2025, but you going to still be stuck. I'm still going to be standing because I am on the Lord's side. Whew. Watch this. So I'm going to be real calm now. I'm going to get into my teaching today because everybody been blowing me up about this. What you talking about the Red Sea? What you talking about the Red Sea? Listen, Red Sea, here we go. God showed me this on maybe Saturday, Sunday, I don't know. He began to deal with me about the Red Sea. And I was like, the Red Sea? So I start, you know how in your mind you start picturing the movie when they went in, Moses took the people in the chariots and Pharaoh was chased. And I started thinking about the movie and I was like, boy, they got down in that water and God, he did his big one. And I was like, God was like, yeah, read. This is how God deal with me. He said, read the Bible. You skimming it now. You skimming it. You looking at, back when you was in college, you look at the Cliff Notes. He said, you're looking at the Cliff Notes. He said, I need you to read the Bible. So I went back to the story and watch this. God began to tell me, he says, everybody will have their Red Sea encounter. Watch this. Red Sea encounter. He said, you will be either you're in it now, you're coming out of it, or you're about to go into it. Your Red Sea encounter. Watch this. Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. We know the story. And Pharaoh's army pursued them. When they reached the Red Sea, Moses stretched out his hand and the waters parted, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry ground. The Egyptians followed. Watch this. The Egyptians followed, but Moses stretched out his hand again, and the sea closed, drowning the Egyptian army. Watch this. Exodus 14. Then the Lord said to Moses, tell the Israelites to turn back, and they are to encamp by the sea directly opposite, and Pharaoh will take the Israelites Pharaoh will think. Listen, okay, y'all, what this right here got me. So God tell Moses, take the Israelites, and they going to camp by the sea. He says, watch this. Listen, y'all, listen to this. Pharaoh will think, this is what God said to Moses. Pharaoh will think the Israelites are wandering around the land in confusion. Do y'all hear this morning? God tells Moses, take my people and put them right there by the sea. I'm going to cause, listen to this, I'm going to cause Pharaoh to think they confused. Listen, then it says the Israelites are wandering around in the land of confusion, hemmed by the desert. And watch it. And he said, I'm going to make Pharaoh think that they're confused. Then I'm going to harden Pharaoh's heart and make him go after them. Do y'all hear this? He going to make the enemy think that you're confused. Oh, God, help me today. See, some of y'all got to see this thing. God telling Moses, he said, I'm going to send you in a place that's going to make it look like you trapped. And I'm going to cause the enemy to think that you're confused. And then I'm going to cause the enemy and then I'm going to cause the enemy to come after you. God, but I'm your girl. What you mean? I'm going to put you in this situation. I'm going to make the enemy think you crazy. Then I'm going to make him chase you. But you got to remember, I'm behind it. Y'all, see? He said, I'm going to make it look like, listen to this, Sheila Tabbert. He said, I'm going to make it look like that you confused and you don't know what you're doing. See, people are looking at y'all right now because of what you eat and thinking, Chad, poor thing. Look at her. She over there. Tamika, see, y'all got to see this. See, God is saying, I'm going to make people think you crazy because I'm about to get the glory out of this. I'm going to make them think you don't know your left from your right. I'm going to make them think they got you. I'm going to make them come after you. When it's all, watch this, y'all. When the whole time it is a setup by God. Oh, God. It's a setup by God to bless you. It's a setup by God to give you your breakthrough. You think the enemy, it ain't even him. You giving the devil all this credit. God said, like, no, I did that. I put you in that. I'm about to give you your greatest breakthrough. I'm about to set you up for the rest of your life. And you sitting here talking about Satan didn't do. Okay, let me keep going. Because see, y'all watch this. Watch this. It says, oh God, listen to what the Bible says. Pharaoh, listen, we could say that God set an ambush for Pharaoh. Watch this. Even after the horror of his child dying. Listen to this. Pharaoh came against God. Watch this. His son died. Watch it. You had the plagues. All this. Listen. It says the change in Pharaoh's heart was only temporary. He will pursue them again. God knew that. God knew. See, some people, it's a temporary change. Pharaoh, after doing, you ever see people get right with God after they have a little incident, then all of a sudden they go back? That's temporary. It says Pharaoh then lost his son, all these plagues and hit the land. The Bible says Pharaoh's heart was only temporary. His change of heart was temporary. He was quick to strike Israel when he had another chance. He was waiting for his next chance, and God set it up for him. Come on, get him. Come on, get him, because they're my people. They're my chosen one anyway. And see, what you got to understand, when you are God's chosen, he got you. So whatever I'm in, it can be sickness, it can be a bad doctor's report, it can be death, it can be whatever. In my mind, I'm thinking, wait, but I'm your girl. So either way this thing worked out, it's going to be a win-win for me. It may look bad. The enemy may think he's winning. He may think I'm confused. People may be talking about me, saying she don't know what she's doing. But I know this thing going to work out for me. I don't know how, but I know it is. Can y'all drop that in the chat? It's about to work in my favor. Oh, God. It's about to work in my favor. Watch this. Let me keep going, y'all. Oh, my God. This is good to me. Watch this. When the king of Egypt was told that the people had fled, Pharaoh and his officials changed their minds about them and said, what have we done? We have let the Israelites go and have lost their services. Watch this. The enemy, watch this. The enemy is saying, wait a minute. I ain't been attacking her lately. I done lost her services. Uh-oh. I done lost her being on my team. I done lost her doing everything she thought she was good enough and bad enough to do. I done lost her for being on my side, because if I lose her, if I lose him from being on my side, I'm going to lose all those souls that was. Here we go. I'm going to stay right here. Watch this. What have we done? We have lost their services. Verse 6. So he had his chariot made ready and took his army with him. Listen to all the demons, chariots, whatever you want to call them, that he took to come against the children of Israel. It says he took 600 of his best chariots, along with all the other chariots of Egypt, with officers over all of them. He came. See, y'all, he came with his chief demons. He took 600 of his best and some more, and the officers. He was coming after them with everything he got. Sometimes we feel like, you know what, Satan, you throwing everything at me. Because y'all know I kept saying that. It was the vertigo. Then it was my sister. Then it was this. Then it was that. And I was looking like, but then I started saying, you know what, this thing about to work for me. I said, this thing about to work in my favor. This thing is about to, when the enemy come in like a flood, when the enemy come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against it, which is the word. What does that mean, Dr. 3? When the enemy comes in like a flood, God is going to do everything that he said he was going to do for me. God gonna come through for me every time. I don't care what it looked like. Listen, so it says, he took all 600 chariots. It says, verse 8, the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, king of Egypt, so that he pursued the Israelites. Watch it. Listen to how the Israelites, y'all, watch this. Okay, so the Lord hardened hardened Pharaoh's heart, right? But it says, listen to this. This is verse 8. The Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, so that he pursued the Israelites, listen to this, who were marching out boldly. Did y'all hear this? He pursued them, but they were marching. The devil coming after me with everything he got, but I'm marching out boldly. I'm marching out with authority. I'm marching. Y'all, do you hear? See, y'all can't be scared in this fight. They marched out boldly. I can only the Damansate. Okay, here we go. I can only imagine in my mind them saying, if the Lord be for, okay, here we go. If the Lord be for me, Barbara, who can be against me? If the Lord on my side, I can't win. I can't lose. If the Lord is going before me, if heaven is backing me. So they walked out boldly, even though, watch this, they got all that stuff, the enemy is coming hot on their trail. How you marching? Okay. How are you marching? Are you marching scared? Britt, she know. Look, that's my baby right there. She know. How you marching? Are you marching scared, or are you marching like, baby, if God be for me, who can be against me? You can talk about me. You can lie on me. You can cheat on me. You can leave my ministry. You can not sow. You can. It don't matter, because God is for me. Ooh, Jesus. See, y'all got to understand who you are and whose you are. So that's why y'all see every time she got God coming, she's God, baby. So you got to understand, when you know who you are in God, when you know that you special, when you know you handpicked, when you know, baby, I ain't even like everybody else. Listen, I know I'm in a class all by myself. I know who I'm marching with. I know who backing me. When I know that I got heaven backing me, oh, baby, I wish you would. Listen, says they marched out boldly. Verse 10. Pharaoh approached the Israelites, looked up, and there were the Egyptians marching after them. They were, watch this, they were marching boldly. But when they saw the enemy with their own eyes, listen to this. Listen to how quick your emotions can cause you to change. Watch how quick your emotions can cause you to change. It says, listen, in verse 9, they were marching out boldly. Watch this. Verse 10, they were terrified and cried out to the Lord, because they looked back and saw them with their own eyes. They looked through the eyes of their flesh and not the eyes of the spirit. Watch this. Dr. Watkins, your emotions are based on what I see right now with my own eyes. They got it confused. Okay, I was going to save this for another teaching, but they got this thing confused. We are not in a, they were not in an experience. They were in an encounter. Whoa. They were not in an experience. They were in an encounter. When I am in an encounter, that means I am going through something and God himself is about to show up. Let the teacher teach this morning. It says, when I am in an encounter, that means God himself is about to show up in it and assist me. When I'm having an experience, it's something that's just going to happen. God. When an encounter, that means something is about to change. When it's an experience, it's just an incident. Can the teacher teach this morning? Listen, so it says, here we go, because I don't want to run out of time. It says, so they got terrified and they cried out to the Lord. Watch this. They said to Moses, was it because there were no graves in Egypt that you brought us out here in this desert to die? What have you done to us by bringing us out of Egypt? Didn't we say to you in Egypt, leave? Listen to this. They got mad. Here we go. So that y'all listen to this. I hope y'all listening. It says they got mad at the leader because we following you. And now going through all this hell. Can I watch this? We following you. We were good over there where we was. We were all right being slaves. We were all right being in bondage. Who is this for? I was all right being in bondage. But soon as I came over here on the Lord's side, here come all this stuff. Here come all this trouble. Because you know what? Satan ain't bothering you as long as he got you. Can I help y'all? I'm helping y'all because it helped me. Listen. Satan ain't bothering you if you ain't doing no damage to his kingdom. So I wonder, listen, me and Bishop McCork was talking about this yesterday. So I wonder, when you look at people and everything just always good, they ain't never going through. I'm like, well, wait a minute now. Because I'm over here serving the Lord with everything I got. And every 3 months, here comes something else. Here comes another bill. Here comes somebody sick. Here comes something else. People acting crazy on the job. So I'm wondering if you really on the Lord's side. He said to suffer with that mindset. I got to help y'all this morning. He says to suffer with me is to reign with me. So I tell my team, I say, oh, you know them demons ain't just coming after me. Oh, they coming after y'all too. Because that's what I said. I don't deal with no low-ranking demons. Because of the anointing that's on my life, I deal with chief demons. Oh, they come and they bring all their cousins them. So I told my team, I said, I know y'all going through right. Because if you wasn't, I'd be looking at you like, well, you the only one on the team that's everything. I mean, it's always good for you. Because it says, they complain. They say, if you had left us, watch this, if you had left us over there where we was, we wouldn't be dealing with this mess. If you had left us over there where we was, we wouldn't be getting chased by Pharaoh and all, we about to die. Watch this. So they got mad at the leader. It says, watch this. Listen what they say in verse 12. It would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in this desert. It would have been better for us to stay in bondage. Huh? It would have been better for us to be slaves. Huh? Do y'all hear this talk? It says, watch verse 13. Moses answered the people. Watch this. Moses, the leader, came back. Don't be afraid. Stand firm. You're going to see the deliverance of the Lord. And he going to bring it today. Huh? They in an uproar. Moses said, hold on. Stand still. That means peace. Hold position. Hold position. Stop what you're doing. Stop right now. It says, do not be afraid. Stand still. You will see the deliverance of the Lord today. The Egyptians you see today. Here we go. The Egyptians you see today, you will see no more. Watch this, verse 14. The Lord will fight, Jehovah Gabor. Here we go. The Lord will fight for you. You only need to be still. Who is this for this morning? Verse 15. Then the Lord came back. Here we go. See, this is what happened. This is what happened to leaders. I know I got leaders on here. Watch this. This is what happened to us. We go through something and we good. We're not like excited about going through, but we understand the going through process. Can I help y'all solve that? I hope y'all listening. So we go through things and we understand because we're the leader. Yes, yeah, I knew this was coming. Yeah, okay. But then when the people under us start going through, it pull at our heart. And we like, oh, Jesus, Lord, have mercy. Help them, Lord. Help them, Lord. Can you please, Lord? Okay. And we try to encourage y'all. And we be like, but the whole time while you going through, we trying to encourage you. So we over here fasting, praying, seeking the Lord on your behalf. You may never know it, but that's what real leaders. I ain't talking about these. This is what real leaders do. When we know, when you hurt, we hurt. And this is why I say I would give you pastors after my own heart. So a lot of times we know before you know what you about to go through. So we start interceding immediately. So watch this. So here goes Moses. The people start complaining. They mad at Moses. It's your fault. I'm going through because I'm connected to you. Moses said, okay, be still. See the foundation, the salvation of the Lord. And watch this. Then the Lord said, Moses, watch this. The Lord says, verse 15, then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell them to keep moving. And so y'all get mad at the leader. Y'all get mad at the leader. When we say, okay, you done crying. Let's go. Let's go. God tell Moses, what? Listen to this, Jose. God tell Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell them people to get up and y'all keep moving forward. I got work to do. I already got a plan for you. Can y'all drop that in the chat? Keep moving. God tells Moses, you up here crying out for these people that's complaining about what I told you to do. They're complaining about what I called you to do. They're complaining about me about to take them to their promise. Jesus, I'm about to take them to their promised land. And they sitting up here complaining. Tell them to shut up and keep moving. He telling Moses, watch this, don't come to me about that no more. Be quiet and keep moving. You don't have time for all this crying. Who is this for? If you're going to cry, baby, cry in faith. If you're going to cry, cry in, I don't know what this is for. If you're going to cry, cry in faith. It's time to dry your tears. Dry your tears. It's time for you to keep moving. Your promised land, oh God, here we go. Your promised land is on the other side. Watch this. It says, and I'm going to tell you something. This little attitude that they had right here. It's the same attitude that surfaced later and caused them to keep wandering for 40 years. Because it wasn't dealt with right there. Who is this for? What you dealing with right now can cost you 40 years down the road. Deal with it now. Listen to the prophet. Listen to the prophet. Whatever that issue is that you're crying about now, deal with it now so it don't come back and bite you and cause you to wander for 40 years in the wilderness. These are the same people. Who am I talking to this morning? That little issue that you keep that's just the way I am. It's just, I just get frustrated and I just shut down. And who am I talking to? I felt that. And I just shut down. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Well, baby, that same thing gonna surface down the road and cost you 40 years. And we don't have time to waste. Okay, let me. Okay. So he says, do not be afraid. At this point, watch this. Moses is telling the people. I shared this with somebody yesterday. Moses is telling the people, oh God, this is good to me. Y'all don't be afraid. Watch this. Moses telling them, don't be afraid. But guess what? At this point, Moses didn't even have an idea of what God was going to do in the situation. And see, this is the thing about prophets. Watch this. We follow what God is telling us. It's like we see a cloud in the sky. We come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. And then something jump off and y'all get discouraged. And we like, I just know God going to do it. We don't know how. We know in part. Here we go. So we prophesy in part. Why? But the thing about it is, Moses was telling them, he was encouraging the people. Y'all don't be afraid. When Moses himself didn't know how the situation was going to work out. But watch this. But Moses did know, this thing going to work in my favor. I don't know how. I don't know how he going to do it, but I know he is. I don't know how it's going to work out, but it's going to work out in my favor. I know I'm going to get the victory and God going to get the glory. So you got to understand, when you are following a leader, oh God, help me, that's being led by God. We don't know the full picture. We just know that God going to do it. We don't know how this thing going to work out. I told people, I said, when I started sold out, I was just thinking, we're going to have service once a month. And I'm just going to meet with the people and I'm going to teach you a little bit. I know. Listen, I know what's going to turn into all this. I didn't know it was gonna flourish into all this. I was just thinking we was gonna just meet, I'm gonna teach the people because I've been doing it online. So let's just do it in person. And I was thinking, I said, God, you set me up real good. Because if I had a knew, because I know me, if I would have knew the full picture, I'm like, no. Because I don't do people like that. People that know me, they know I am a loner. Baby, I sit in this house for 2 weeks and be just as happy, eating, looking at TV, studying my Bible. I don't do a lot of people. So watch, I didn't know that it was going to turn into this. Oh, you got to see, this was the thing with Moses. The people had to understand with Moses, you got to follow the God in. You got to trust the God in me. When you under a lead, okay, I don't know where I'm going to this one, but since we there, let's stay there. When you under a leader, you can't get caught up in looking at their flesh. You're following the God that's in. You're following the God that's in them. That's why I tell people, I say, follow me long as I follow God. If you see me, if you turn on Instagram or Facebook and you see me at the club and I'm drinking, baby, leave. I say, follow me as long as you see me following God. Check my fruit. Okay, here we go. Because you said, okay. Because see, a lot of us ain't checking no fruit. We following the lights, camera, action. Ooh, look at there. Ooh, look at all the people. Ooh, look at what they dressing. Honey, she got on red bottom. Honey, he got on it. Follow the God in them. Then you won't get so caught up in what man do. Okay. Moses tells the people, don't be afraid, even though he don't know how it's going to work out. He just knew that God had come through before and he was going to do it again. Watch this. He knew that God would never leave nor forsake him. He knew that God was a God that when he said it, it shall surely come to pass. So he said, don't be afraid. Then he told him, stand still, stand down. Who is this for this morning? Stand down. Be quiet. Stop your complaining. You just complain. We should have died. You should have left us in bondage. We were better off over there being slaves. You wanted to be a slave? See, we look at that story like, they so stupid. Why would they want to be slaves? No. Because today we got people that prefer to be slaves to sin. Woo. But not because when they told me to join that ministry, I was doing good before I joined. I joined. It seemed like everything started going left. I was better off over there doing what I was. Also, the wages of sin are death. So you want to stay over there, Emma? You want to stay over there and keep doing what you're doing? When God is saying, if you join this, it's going to be rough. But baby, you're going to get the victory every time. He said, you know what? You think that life you live? He said, that ain't nothing compared to what I want to do for you. It says, Moses tell them, stand still. That means stop. Whatever you're doing, can y'all just put in the chat in all caps, stop. He said, whatever you're doing, just stop. They were complaining. They were talking against Moses, God's mouthpiece. Whoo! I could stay there all day. They were talking against God's mouthpiece. They were talking against the vision. Watch this. And when you talk against God's mouthpiece, you're talking against the vision that he gave them. So you're really talking against God. Y'all do understand that, right? Well, I don't understand why my pastor doing that. Well, I don't understand why she want to go over there. Well, I don't understand why I'm following God. So you're not really. I'm doing what God told me. So you're really coming against God. When you see, y'all got to understand this thing and how dangerous this is. It says, watch this. Moses tell the people, stand still, stop. Watch this. This is often the Lord's direction to a believer in a time of crisis. When you're about to face your Red Sea, when your Red Sea is in front of you and the enemy is behind you, God will say, stop. Watch this. Because we get this confused. Stop me. Listen to this. When he says stop, watch this. Despair will cast you down. Make you get depressed. Oh God. Oh wow. You get depressed. Watch this. This is all the stuff that happened or can happen in a crisis when you're facing your Red Sea. Despair. It keeps you from standing firm on God. You start getting depressed. Watch this. Fear. It tells you to go back. Go back to what you know. Go back to what's familiar. That's too hard. This is what fear tell you. That's too hard. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And watch this. Then it says impatience will tell you to do something now. Impatience would have told him, go jump in the Red Sea. Go drown yourself. Do y'all see this? A sea is in front of me. The enemy is behind me. Fear is telling me, just go back with Pharaoh. Watch this. Fear is telling me, just go back with Pharaoh. Impatience is telling me, just go on and jump in the water and drown yourself. Now you're going to die anyway. Do y'all hear this morning? It says, watch this. Presumption would tell you, listen, to just keep going before God do what he got to do. Get ahead. Presumption. I'm gonna assume. So I'm just gonna get ahead. I'm gonna help God out. Do y'all hear this morning? When you get to your Red Sea, I'm gonna say this one time, you will be faced with despair that can cause depression and cause you to stop standing. You can face fear that will cause you to retreat. You can get impatient and do something before the right timing. You can get in presumption, which will cause you to assume and help God out. Watch this. Yet as God told Israel, he often tells us to simply stand still. Hold your peace. And I tell people this all the time. I say, don't ever assume nothing. I learned that the hard way, baby. I ain't going to assume you with me. I ain't going to assume that it's working in a certain way. I ask the questions. Stop assuming. Assuming going to get you in trouble every time. You better know that you know that you know. Watch this. It says, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Moses didn't know, Moses didn't know what God would do, but he knew what the results would be. Who is this? I don't know how God gonna fix this thing, but I know what the results gonna be. I don't know when he gonna fix it, but I know what the results gonna be. I don't know when the house coming, but I know what the results gonna be. I know it's coming. I know it's gonna be. Watch this. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. I'm about to step into that season when I trust God. I'm about to step into the season of miracles where eyes have not seen. It ain't been done in my family like this. Ears have not heard. Ain't nobody even talked about it being done this way. It says, watch this. It says, see the salvation of the Lord. Then he says, the Lord will fight for you. Huh? I am Jehovah Gabor, the Lord that fights. What does that mean? There are times when the Lord himself tell his angels, stand down. I got this one. They messing with my girl. I got this. I don't need y'all right now. I don't need y'all right now. I'm going to fight this one. I don't need to send the angels. I don't need to send. I got this one myself. It's personal. Oh, Jesus. It's personal. I got to fight for Tiara. I got to fight for Jackie. I got to fight for Sabria. I got to fight for Britt. I got to fight for Jack. It's personal. Me, myself, God. Jesus, I'm about to fight. Says, you shall see them no more. The idea behind this implies much more than at first look. Moses, listen, spoke in terms of eternity as well as the present time. He said this thing right here that you're dealing with, if you stand still, God said, I'm going to fight. And when God fight, it's a... Let me slow it down. When God steps in and fight, it's done. You will never battle with that again. Do y'all know? I can only talk about myself. Watch this, Emma. I can only talk about myself. There are some things I've been through in my life when I knew for a fact, when I say, God, this thing is in your hands because I can't do it. And he says, stand down. I got it. Don't open your mouth no more. Don't open your mouth no more. He said, I got this one. I'm about to fight for you. When he say vengeance is mine, this is what he means. Vengeance is mine. That means I have Dr. 3, Elizabeth, Peaches, whatever you want to call it. I have taken my hands completely off. I ain't trying to help God no more. Because as prophets, we want to help God out. God, I'm going to help you because you know when I take my hands completely off of it, he say, stand down, I got it. You ain't got to do nothing else. He said, I'm about to fight for you. And when God, listen, when God fight for you, baby, everybody gonna know it was God. They gonna be, it says, watch this, that this whole thing with the Israelites was set up by God, not Satan. It says it was set up by God. Listen, it says, oh God, I love you. It says, you shall see them no more. Then, watch this. Then God gets on Moses. Why are you crying out to me for these people? We don't have time to cry right now. God tell Moses, you ain't got time to be crying. What are you doing? Keep moving. Do y'all hear this morning? God tells Moses, why do you cry out to me? Before the people, listen to this. This is what leaders do. I'm going to help y'all to understand your leader. This is why I tell people, I say, if you're going to be with me, can you pray that God give you my heart, that you see my heart, And this is, and people know that I have been under ministries with my leaders. My prayer has always been, God, show me their heart so I know how to pray for them. Show me their heart so I know what they need. Show me their heart so they don't have to ask me. I'm just available. Show me their heart. And so this is what, listen, he says, God tells Moses, why do you cry for me? Watch what this means. Moses was full of faith before he cried out to God in despair, in desperate prayer. This was good because Moses had to show, watch this, before the people. Listen, before the people, Moses had to always stand in confidence. Moses couldn't look like, I don't know where we're going either. I don't know. Moses could never let. This is what behind the closed doors. I'm gonna give y'all some insight on your pastors, your leader, whoever you say they are. And watch it. In front of y'all, we confident. God said it. God don't do it. God, we preach the house down. We prophesy. We lay hands. Everybody fall out, and we look so sure. But when we get home, it's a different story. Because before God, we broke it. Oh, God. See, y'all just say, oh, look, they look so strong. They'll never go through that. And you don't know that at home, we ain't even eating. We ain't ate in a week. We laying on our face. We crying out to God. Oh, God, can you do it? Oh, God, I heard you say, oh, God. It says, listen, watch this. Before the people, Moses had to show confidence because he had to encourage their faith. Watch this. There is a time to pray. And this is what God rebuked him. He said, hold up, what are you doing? He says, watch this. There is a time to pray and there's a time to act. Ain't time for you to be falling out and passing out. Oh, God, help my people. Oh, Lord, look at them. God. He said, oh, what you doing? Save that for later. Renee Bryce, that I was about to go, that broke into minister. Listen, Jesus with his disciples. See, Renee, Jesus with his disciples. Can you watch while I pray? They saw him heal the sick. They saw him raise Lazarus. They saw him turn water to wine. They saw him raise Lazarus' daughter from death. They saw him do all this. But when he got in the Garden of Gethsemane, okay, I about jumped up. When he got in the Garden of Gethsemane, Father, take this cup from me if it be your will. Father, not my will, but your will. He was broken. Who is this for? He was broken. So when you understand your leader and what they deal with behind closed doors, you respect them. I'm gonna leave it alone. You have a different level of respect for them. Whew. They praying you through and fasting for you while you at the buffet. Because God done showed them what's gonna happen to you or what you're gonna deal with down the road. And we ain't got time to wait till it happens. We got to deal with it right now. So we stay broken to minister. I don't want to go through nothing. Well, you ain't gonna be able to minister to nobody. Because my prayer, when God called me to preach, I said, okay, God, well, I don't want to get up here and sound crazy. I don't want to get up here and sound like no hypocrite. So everything that I preach, I want to walk it through myself. He said, okay, well, you about to live a life of brokenness. So I knew that coming into it. So I knew, listen, that I was going to suffer some stuff. And watch this, God never told me what it was. He said, your request, I heard it. He said, you never want to preach anything you've been through? Okay, well, I'm about to birth a healing ministry. So guess what? You're going to have 9 surgeries. Doctors going to walk out. They're going to say you're crazy. They're going to say you're anorexic. He said, oh, that's going to happen. Oh, so you want to minister to women that's going through? Guess what? You're going to be married, have a wonderful marriage for 21 years. And at 22 years, you're going to divorce. So that's how you're going to be able to minister to them women. Guess what? While you're growing up, you're going to go through all this rejection and this pain and all this stuff. So that's how you're going to be able to minister to people that's dealing with anxiety. Broken to minister. Okay, let me stay here. It says, oh God. Okay, let me get on down. Oh Lord, I got so much left. Let me see where I want to go. Okay, and the angel of God moved after they got in the Red Sea. Here we go. Verse 19. Then the angel of God who had been traveling. Listen to this. Oh God, I got to get off here. It says, oh God, y'all, I want to run out of time. I may have to be late today because y'all got to get this. It says, verse 19, then the angel of the Lord who had been traveling in front of Israel's army withdrew and went behind them. Oh God, it says the angel of God that was traveling in front of them, he moved and withdrew and went behind them. Then it says the pillar of the cloud also moved and stood in front of them. They switched positions. When the cloud, watch this, when the cloud also moved in front of them and stood behind them, that was so they could see where they were going. But Pharaoh and them couldn't, because the cloud moved to the front and the angel went to the back. Oh, God, have mercy. And the angel went to the back of them. Watch this. It says, verse 20, coming, it says, the cloud moved from in front and stood behind them, coming between the armies of Egypt and Israel. Watch this. Throughout the night, the cloud brought darkness to one side and light to the other. Y'all hear what God's saying? When you at your Red Sea, the angels are in position. Listen, the cloud is in position. It will blind your enemy. Oh God, it will blind your enemy, but give you light all at the same time, because he's God. Do y'all understand what type of God we serve? It says, watch this. God sent both, listen, an assigned and commissioned angel and a pillar of a cloud. Exodus 13, 21 through 22. As a barrier, watch this, as a barrier between Israel and the army. God protected Israel from the Egyptian attack until a way was made through the Red Sea. He will always give me a way of escape. Sheila, Dana, do y'all hear this morning? He said, oh God, I love you this morning. He said, when you at your Red Sea, don't even worry about it. I got you. He said, I got some angels that's holding Satan back. He said, I got some angels that's going to hold Satan back. I got a cloud so you can still see where you're going. But at the same time, that same cloud going to blind your enemy, so they don't even know that I'm sending them into a trap. Watch this. It says, oh God, God protected Israel from the Egyptian attack until a way of escape was made, which was the Red Sea. Listen, oh God. It says, verse 21, then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and all that night the Lord drove the sea back. Watch this. Drove the sea back with a strong, watch this, east wind. Y'all know I done talked them winds before. Listen to this. It says, all that night Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and all that night the Lord drove the sea back using a strong east wind and turned it into dry land. Watch this. East wind is a symbol of God's destruction over wickedness. When you read the Bible, read the Bible. The east wind deals with, it's going to destroy everything in its path. And what I love about God, watch this, it destroyed the army, but not his people. Who am I? God, okay, is about to blow an east wind in the path of your enemy. I keep telling you, you better leave God's people alone. You better keep your mouth off them. God is sending an east wind. Listen, it says, let me get through here. It says, who God? So the east wind blew and caused destruction over wickedness. Let me get down to verse 24. During the last watch of the night, the Lord looked down from the pillar. Well, here we go. Listen to this. During verse 24. During the last watch of the night, the Lord himself looked down. Watch this. From the pillar of fire. 2025. The year of fire. I told y'all, watch this. He looked down from a pillar of fire at the Egyptian army, and he threw it into confusion. Y'all, the Lord, oh God, he looked down from a pillar of fire and threw them into confusion. They started running into each other and killing each other. Listen, so when you get to your Red Sea, you got to understand this thing about the work, baby. It's about to work in my favor. It may look bad. It may look like I'm confused. It may look like I don't know what I'm doing. It may look like I'm crazy. But God is about to work this thing in my favor. It says he looked down. Listen, he looked down from a pillar of fire at the Egyptian army and threw them into confusion. Verse 25, he jammed the wheels of the chariots. Do y'all hear this morning? He said, I looked down and I caused them to turn on each other. I will cause confusion in the enemy's camp. Here we go. He caused them to turn on each other. He said, that wasn't even enough. I jammed up their wheels and caused them to wreck. So they couldn't even move. Do y'all hear? They couldn't even move. It says, watch this. so that they had difficulty driving. And the Egyptians said, let's get away from the Israelites. Listen to what your enemy gonna say. Let us get away from the Israelites. The Lord is fighting for them. Your enemy know when God starts fighting for you and you don't. Huh? Listen, it says, then the Lord, verse 26, then the Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand over the sea and the waters may flow back over the Egyptians and their chariots and their horses. And Moses did it and everybody drowned. Do y'all hear? Moses told him, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. I don't know how he gonna do it, but I know he gonna do it. Look what he did. All the leader had to, this is what I tell people, all the leader had to do was follow God. It was not, the children of Israel started complaining because they didn't know what God told the leader. The leader is not going to tell you everything that God tells them. Why? Because sometimes we don't even know the full picture. Sometimes we don't even know how it's going to work out. All we know is that it's going to work. So we can't tell you everything. Because some of this stuff, y'all, a leader would never tell you everything because some of it, y'all can't handle. It's hard enough for us to handle it. How are we going to tell you? Because listen, and leaders, watch this. Leaders, some things we learn the hard way. We tell the wrong information to the wrong people. Ooh, yeah. We tell the wrong information to the wrong people. And God said, I told you. You're talking too much. Oh, I've been there. You're talking too much. Let me tell you shit that. That was between me and you. And so we sometimes we learn stuff the hard way. So Moses said, you know what? I ain't falling for that trap. All I know, God gonna do it. Stand still. See the salvation of the Lord. See, some of us, we talk too much. We be giving the wrong people we give the wrong people the right information, but at the wrong time because they can't handle it. Watch this. It says, verse 31, and I am done. I'm over my time. Verse 30. That day the Lord saved Israel from the hands of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians lying dead on the shore. Verse 31. And when the Israelites saw the mighty hand of the Lord displayed against the Egyptians, the people feared the Lord and put their trust in him. Watch this. They put their trust in the Lord and in Moses. Ooh. They put their trust in the Lord and in their leader. Who is it? Because some of us, watch this. Some people, you don't even trust your leader. This was twofold. They put their trust in the Lord and their leader. How could they put their trust in their leader? Because they saw what the leader said, that God said it happened. Judge the fruit. Judge the fruit. Judge the fruit. Pastor Angie said it just, and I was looking at her like, did you really just say? A lot of times leaders will tell you to do stuff they ain't doing themselves. Ooh, judge the fruit. Judge the fruit. A leader, you can't be my leader and telling me to fast, pray, consecrate, and I look up and you was at the buffet. I'm like, well, I thought we were fasting. What happened with this? So listen, I'm getting off here. If you want to sow, okay, because they text me to my doctor, come on. Okay, so if you want to sow, there it is. The information is on the bottom of the screen. But I hope this word of the Lord blessed you on this morning. I hope it encouraged you. I hope it helped you. I hope it motivated you. I hope it changed you. Listen, if you want to sow, if the word bless you, the information is on the bottom of the screen. Listen, I want you to join me. Crossover 2025, the year of fire. Listen, I want you to join me on that night, 10 p.m. We will be in Concord at the Embassy Suites in the ballroom. Concord, Embassy Suites in the ballroom. Do not go to our regular location because we won't be there. It's not big enough. Absolutely. Yes, Sheila Tabor. I talked to her daughter. My good friend Barbara Tate passed away. If many of you know, you would see her on here. She has been following my ministry since I started going live. Y'all know I've been on here going live for years. And she was one of my faithful followers. So keep that family in prayer. Her services will be this Friday. Keep them in prayer. Listen, if the word of the Lord has blessed you, there's the information on the bottom of the screen. You are sowing into fertile miracle. I call it miracle soil. As my team say, oh, the fruit be fruiting over here. Listen, I love you. I will be back on here I'll be back on here next Monday. And then after the week of the week of January 1st, I will be on here the whole week, teaching and preparing us to cross over. Listen, I love you all. I want you to make sure that you have a good day on purpose. Remember, you gonna win. And if God be for you, who can be against you?